Decided to do a video this week. Haven't really got enough followers yet to know whether videos or just the text blog entries are what people like, prefer. But mix the two, see how it goes. And of course, at least with the videos, you do get to see, perhaps some visual changes over time. And I think they're starting. That's one of the nice things. I think there's things that bug you as a trans woman. I can't just wake up in the morning and dash down the corner shop for a bottle of milk to run out. I've got to get up, have a shave, sort at least a basic makeup out. In my case, I do wear a wig because I'm seeing in front, so I've got to sort my hair out a little bit more, and it just takes a bit more time. I couldn't even just throw a t-shirt over without putting a bra on because bras holding me fake boobs in. But there's also things like body hair, arms, legs, that kind of thing, and chest, which we don't want. Certainly not in the dark and thickness that you typically get on a male body. And there's definite changes there. Look at my arms. It's a bit cold out here. I'm out on the balcony. My arm hair is definitely fairer. I think the sort of basis of boobs is just about starting. It's going to take a long process. I was reading someone else's blog on Tumblr, who's also documenting. She's about 2 months ahead of me, something like that. She's on about day 90 and I'm on about day 35. She might be up to 100 now. So about 60-65 days between us. And she's definitely got, they're not, as far as I know, they're not big. I haven't seen any pictures of them, but she's definitely got boob growth that's noticeable. So how long it'll be before I can get rid of my fillets, I don't know. 6 months would be nice if we could do it. If in 6 months I can sort of start just wearing bras, that'd be nice, because that's sort of the stage where you could perhaps get away with just throwing a t-shirt over to get dashed down the shop if desperately short on time. That kind of thing. But yeah, so there's a couple of changes. It looks like the hormones are in effect. It's possible they're having a effect on my emotions. Hormonal woman has definitely been the way I've been acting over the last couple of weeks. I've burst into tears about 3 different times in the last week. One of which was late for work. One of which was just, I think I was just feeling a bit sorry for myself. And then last night I had a bit of an accident with a friend's popcorn maker and got quite upset over that because, well, she was letting me use it and I damaged it by accident. It still works, and her immediate reaction was, it's a popcorn maker. But to me, it was all about the fact that she'd trusted me to use it, and then I accidentally damaged it. But so I'd popped out to the pub to tell her because I didn't want her finding it damaged. Someone downstairs knocking on her front door. So there might be a bit of speech coming in from that. I didn't want her coming home to find it, so I popped into the pub where she works to let her know, because I felt it was the best thing to do, because sometimes she's around her boyfriends and stuff like that, so she isn't necessarily, she might have come across it without me having a chance to speak to her beforehand. And one of my friends from the pub, sort of at the end of the night, said, "Did you come in a bit upset?" Yeah, told him what you're going through. It's understandably a bit emotional, and gave me a big hug, so that was quite nice. It's nice to be in a, I think I might have mentioned it before about friends, but I'm starting to get the hang of the fact I have got them, and what's normal when you have friends, what's what friends do for each other. Um, I, I was just chatting to a lady there. I think I met her once or twice. It's my local pub. We'd seen. I haven't really talked for a while, and we just got chatting. And I'd only gone in, and I was only having a drink because I'd gone in to speak to her. And I thought, I'll have a drink while I'm here. And we ended up chatting anyway. So it was like, I've had a drink, and then I started chatting to this other lady, and I'd run out of money. We were still chatting, so she bought me a couple of drinks, and to me that was like, it took me by surprise, but actually, and she said, well, friend, I haven't met her long, but she obviously, she liked getting on with me, and it's like, and on the flip side, when I got money, I'll buy my friends drinks, and I have done in the past, it's nice how friends can sort of help each other out. Needing a lot of help at the moment. That's definitely true, but on the flip side, we could also celebrate, and I do have something to celebrate. And I'm not talking hormones either. I've now got a 6-month secondment at work, which basically means this year is going quite well. Last year was horrific. This year, it's going all right. And it's not just, sorry about the banging. It's not just the hormones. It's settling down, getting used to having a life. And as I say, you've got secondment, so that's good. That's basically a better paid job for 6 months. Means I should be able to see my kids more often. Do things for them that I haven't been able to do simply because I've been on the bread line for several years, and having no money really does suck. And just generally, it means that things are looking up, and I'm starting to get used to the fact that they're looking up. So I'm a very sort of anxious, always been a bit emotional. Sort of like insecure. I've had jobs where there've been issues with bad managers and all this kind of thing, and it all comes down on you. And even though now it's completely different, it's very difficult to not the anxiety not to hit, because that's what you've been suffered. That's where you've been put over the last God knows how long. But yeah, so it's looking good. Don't know what else to talk about really. Sort of these things are sort of random conversations, or just another way of putting my thoughts together, rather than just doing it text-wise all the time. But I think I've said it before. If you've got any questions that you'd like answering, I'll try and answer them. The whole point of this project isn't just about me. It's about teaching you guys a bit about what it's like to be a transgendered person. Open your eyes to the fact we're just normal people, and help transgender people as well. That is one thing worth mentioning. There was a poster on the forum, on a forum I'm on, and a woman was talking about going out for the first time, properly to shop, as her proper self, as a female self. And because of the experience I've had, but also the help I've had in terms of fashion and trying to get clothing sorted and this kind of thing, I was able to give her advice. And I think it's nice, I very much consider myself a girl. I'm a female, I'm a girl. I use the transgender tag when it is needed, but it's not, I don't think of myself as transgender, I think of myself as female. But I'm aware that I'm quite lucky, and I'm aware that helping people less fortunate than me is a good thing. But it's very tough. I don't think I've mentioned this before. When you first, so the steps, obviously, this blog it's very much about the progress through hormones. But prior to that, you've had to have lived full time in the UK. It's full time as whatever gender, female in my case. If you're going the other way, male, for at least a year. That's the sort of recommended time. Sometimes you get hormones a little bit earlier than that, but year is sort of the recommended. So you're presenting as a female, having lived as the other gender, as a man for however many years, and suddenly you have to switch, and you've got to do it full time. So you've got to get clothing right, fashion right, tell people, makeup, all sorts of things overnight. Overnight's, obviously pretty tricky to do, so you won't necessarily do it instantly, but you've got to do it very quickly. You've basically got to learn how to be a girl that's taken a girl at least 15 or 16 years in 15 or 16 hours. It's and I'm still learning. I've been full-time for 4 years in July, and I'm still learning. I'm still not 100% confident, but I do know the basics. What I'm wearing at the moment: t-shirt, vest top, got a cardigan because it's cold out here, pair of jeans. I often wear woolen short dresses over jeans, because of course the one thing we don't want to show off is a certain bump that we don't want anymore. And one nice way of hiding it is skirts and long tops, and just keep it simple. Basic flat shoes, tights, or leggings or jeans, depending on your age and what you want, and simple t-shirts and tops like that, and blouses. But this woman posted a picture, and the basic outfit from knee up was not bad. Black shirt, black skirt, black blazer with a red t-shirt or shirt on. It was a bit grainy, so I couldn't tell which it was, but perfectly fine. Good thing for going to work or to an interview or something like that. The problem was she'd got knee-high boots on. Yeah, didn't quite go. And she said, well, I feel really quite hot, but that's not the point. If you make glaring errors such as that, then you're more likely to stand out. You want to blend, not stand out. At times when standing out's worthwhile, or dressing up a bit is perfectly acceptable, but going down to the shops or going to work is not the time nor the place. And the fault was the footwear. It needed a pair of nice black Mary Janes or something like that, ankle boots at a push, and a nice pair of tights. And she said, well, I'm worried about thighs. Well, women do have big thighs sometimes. It's life, you've got your body shape that you're given. It's not, big thighs are particularly, big calves, not thighs, are not a particularly masculine feature, and it's just something you have to live with. Just, if you're worried about them, better combination in that case would have been a long skirt, ankle boots or Mary Janes, rather than knee-high boots trying to hide them, because the knee-high boots, they were the wrong colour. They were sort of grey-brown, and they just contrasted completely with the outfit. And I'm not really sure what I'd wear long boots with, to tell you the truth, so I wouldn't wear them, but that was definitely wrong. But the only way you know that is by being taught, because you can observe to a degree, and I do observe, but everyone has their own fashions, and people are at different levels of, how well they dress and that kind of thing. And that's where friends come in, of course. Magic word, if you have got any female friends or siblings or mum and mum. You know, if any of your relatives are accepting, all of those are brilliant sources of advice and help. And take it, because you're going to have to learn damn quick. And the problem is that if you don't learn quickly, then it'll knock your confidence, because you'll be constantly nervous. So what would I wear? If I was back there where I started, what would I wear? I'd buy a couple of very nice jeans, some nice sensible shoes, maybe a couple of ankle boots and a couple of Mary Janes or something like that. Maybe a pair of trainers. Because obviously when you start the transition, you've got to buy a lot of clothes quickly. Places like Primark are going to be your source. So just standard t-shirts, long ones, not short ones. Make sure they come down past your waist, and a black skirt or something like that, at least knee length. You don't want any shorter than knee length, and then just tights, and that'll do you. You go anywhere with that sort of combination and get away with it. Obviously the coat and that kind of thing, but they're fairly generic. You can't really go wrong with a coat. Just buy a coat from George or Primark and it'll be acceptable. Handbag, of course, and that's it. You're sorted. Don't need to go anything spectacular. It may not be a look that you particularly like. I like the sort of vintage 60s look, and I'd like to pull that off at some point. And occasionally I do when I go out. Sometimes I do dress in a more sort of rockabilly style or rock or gothabilly, that kind of thing. And in the right place, there's nothing wrong with that. Go to a rock pub or just going out and want to look a bit different. It's a night out. Girls do try and stand out a bit. It's perfectly acceptable, and you can even pull that off day to day. But you have to do it. You have to know how to do it. So when you're starting out, get something basic, and then work on any looks that you want after that. I think is the best way of doing it. And the other rule is just be yourself. Just go around the supermarket the same as you always have done. You'll read people say, "Oh, they learn how to walk, talk, all this kind of thing." Well, if you're just walking around a supermarket, then they're not going to hear you because you're not talking. Because you're looking for, you might talk to the shop attendant or something like that, but it's not something. Not everyone in the store is going to hear your voice. I mean, you can tell I've still got a male voice. I do want to improve on it, but it's not something that has held me back. And you can improve your walk, and I certainly haven't got the most feminine walk, but even that I don't think is a major thing, because it relies on someone being observant enough to actually know what the difference between the walks is. And I'm not sure everyone really does. The extreme female walk, the really sexy sort of sway, yes. Being on a walk down the street, not sure there's a huge difference. And things like, and just use that as a starting point, and then learn from it with a very basic, solid grounding. Learn how to do makeup, and basic foundation is all you really need. With a bit of eyeshadow, it's fine. You don't need anything like that. And that's it. Anyway, enough of my rambling for today. Hope it was a bit useful. Got a bit of a sore throat, hence the coughing. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.